Thank you for choosing the SNL Fan Podcast, and I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. And in this installment of the SNL Fan Podcast, we have a guest. We have Melanie Mosley. Melanie Mosley is one of the 24 black comedians that I said would be great for SNL. And definitely check out the other podcasts where I talk about the women and also talk about Melanie Mosley. And we have her as a guest here on the podcast. We're doing an interview. And, in this interview, she's talking about, her past, her doing improv, and what makes her funny. But before we get into that interview, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the Giant Blast. The Giant Blast is one of the largest email blast distribution lists on the web today with tens of thousands of email subscribers. And not only is the Giant Blast a large email blast distribution list, it's also they also do promotion and marketing for rising artists, things like that. So if you're an artist, and you want to get your music email blast to tens of thousands of people, definitely think about advertising. Well, don't even think about it, just do it. Advertise with the Giant Blast. Also, too, if you're one of those people who have YouTube videos that you want to promote, demo reels, things like that, definitely hook up with the Giant Blast to get your videos email blast out to a lot of people so they can check it out. It's definitely a great way to get your name out there, and it definitely works with this podcast as well. And also they have a cell phone app as well, and you can stream some of these podcasts from the Giant Blast mobile device app. And I'm going to put all those links in the information box below so you can check it out. All right, that's enough from our sponsors. Now check out this interview. All right, this is just some guy named Jay, and I'm in the spot with Melanie Mosley. How you doing, Melanie Mosley?
What's up, Jay? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, so you ready for this interview? Oh, yeah. All right, so you ready for this interview, all right?
I'm ready. Turn up. Turn green. Let's go.
All right. So how long have you been acting and performing sketch comedy?
I've been doing this since 2006, since I graduated college. So that's about, 7 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what inspired you to want to get into comedy and acting?
You know what, Jay? I just love making people laugh. So I love to perform. I like all the attention. So that was pretty much it. I love to make people laugh. I really think that's like a pleasure of mine.
Ah, so do you strictly just do improv and comedy, or do you also do stand-up as well?
No, I just do improv and comedy. I don't like to get on stage. I don't like to tell my business. I'm kind of private on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't like to tell people about this guy I slept with last night. I don't like to tell his business. Put his business on the street.
Hey, but you can make it funny, though, right?
I could make it funny, but then he wouldn't want to go on a second date with me. I would tell you. I'm telling his business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So who are some of your influences growing up?
You said what?
Well, who or what were some of your influences in wanting to do this?
Oh, Martin Lawrence, definitely. I remember like the first episode of Martin when he had like the jersey on. It was like, Martin Payne make you want to jump. I used to like do that in my living room. Martin Lawrence is the man. He is like Eddie was like Michael. For me, Martin was like the Labron.
Ah. Oh, yeah. And speaking of those basketball references, you played a little ball yourself, right?
Yeah. I do my little hooping thing, got a scholarship. Like I said, that's the main thing that matters. So that's why I couldn't do theater in college, because basketball like a full-time job in college. So, and theater is too. So they was paying, so.
Oh, yeah.
I can't complain about that.
Oh, yeah, you got to go where the money is.
Right. Like I said, man, Sally Mae, I don't want Sally Mae calling me 4 times a day, so I ain't got that problem.
Oh, yeah. Now getting back to yourself as a performer, how would you describe yourself as a performer?
I would say I'm a raw talent. A lot of people, so funny, like most people are kind of feared by me because I go all in, but I would say a mix of like Tina Fey mixed with a Carol bit. Okay. Yeah. Now, do you prefer to just do improv, or do you also do scripted? I mean, or scripted written material? Like, which one would you prefer?
Which one would you prefer? Like just doing improv, like right off the top of the head, or doing scripted kind of sketch comedy?
Let's see. You know what? I would say more scripted because sometimes improv right off the top of the head kind of goes like all over the place. It kind of goes like straight to sex and like stupid like jokes, like nasty jokes or whatever. So I would do like the scripted, and then I may be like, all right, let me say this, like like let me just tweak this. I kind of go with the scripted. I like to have like an idea of something of where we're trying to go because some people really don't know how to do improv correctly. So that's what I mean. Like the thing will just go, yeah, we had sex last night, and go into like nasty bedroom jokes instead of like going to something like more common, like what everybody can laugh at.
Yeah, definitely. Now you write yourself, don't you?
Yes, I do. I just write sketches. I haven't gotten to the film yet. I just do sketches. My brain don't last. I can't sit down at the computer that long.
Okay. So let me ask you. Do you just take scripts from other people? If somebody has an idea, would you do them, or how does that work? Do you like if somebody was to send you a script, would you try to perform it, or
Yeah, like if somebody was to send me like what a lot of my friends in the business do, they'll send me a script and go, Mel, can you boost this up? Can you write some, especially if it's comedy, can you write some funny lines? Or like somebody will give me an idea and they'd be like, this is what do you think about this? And then I'll like say like, well, this is a scenario that just plays in my head. Like a lot of times the scenarios just comes like right in my head as soon as you give me an idea. Like if you was to say, Jay, you like give me a story about, I see you calling from North Carolina. I would be like, well, let's talk about, you're trying to make it funny. Like, it depends on what you're trying to make it do. But if you're trying to make it funny, I could be like, let's talk about the deers being in your front lawn. Like, you and the deer having a conversation in your front lawn, in your front yard or something like that. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel you. So let me ask you, what would be your dream role as an actress?
My dream role would be to star, this is something I want to work with one of my friends, this friend, Marquitta with, to star. I haven't really seen a women's army story, like an all-women, not G.I. Jane, but like an all-women black army story. That would be my dream role to star, something like that, because I know it's like a black women unit out there, just haven't had the story told.
Definitely. And now when you say that, you mean coming from like a serious, like dramatical...
Yes, serious, yeah. Okay. Yeah, serious, yeah.
Okay, nothing like a black female stripes and nothing, huh?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a video too. What I also like. Most people think I'm just funny, but I also just serious actor too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, getting back to you saying that you come up with a lot of good ideas. Lady Gaga is hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend. If you were in the writers' room, if you were pitching the idea, what would you pitch to Lady Gaga?
Let's see. Given that this is no diss to him, but given that we got this whole healthcare issue, I would do something on Obamacare.
And just kind of insert Lady. Go ahead.
Yeah, keep it recent. Maybe like, especially with her, something like. She may go, I don't know, something, because he just apologized, right, for saying how he wished people could have had their insurance or whatever. So something like maybe you should go like into the hospital and something to deal with along the line of Obamacare. Like, oh, I thought I had insurance, but I don't. But kind of like maybe like a Maury Povich type thing with the Obamacare.
Yeah.
Like, Lady Gaga, you do not have medical insurance or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's what I would do.
Definitely. I could definitely see that working, too.
Yeah.
Now,
you just want to keep everything recent.
Oh yeah. Now this is the SNL Fan Podcast, so I'm gonna have to ask you: are you a real fan of SNL, or are you just a casual viewer? And if so, who are some of your favorite cast members?
Just a casual viewer. Obviously, like old school, like Eddie Murphy, like that. Mm-hmm. I like Jay Pharaoh. Jay Pharaoh's good. We don't really have any black females, so.
Yeah, well, Ellen Cleghorne, Maya Rudolph, and then, in the past, Yvonne Hudson, Danitra Vance.
Yeah, those women are good. I'm trying to think. I'm just really like a casual viewer. I like, I don't know their names, but some of the Eddie Murphy in that.
Yeah. So then, if you were on SNL, what would you bring to the table? I mean, like any kind of impressions or original characters that you have on your belt that you would, that you could bring?
What I bring to the table, I would have to say impressions. Like I really would like to do like another Stephen A. Smith. I know Jay Farrell does it, but like in a different way. Mm-hmm. Like my impression of Stephen A. Smith. More diversity. Like you don't see a lot of the women playing like male characters or whatever. I feel like I can do that. Play a lot of different male characters. Maybe like a Kanye West or something like that. Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah. Do you want to? Can you perform some now? That Stephen A. Smith.
Let's see. Well, Kanye West. I like his rants.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see something we can rant about Kanye West. I'm trying to think.
Kanye.
What came to my mind was, huh?
I was gonna say Kanye. They say you're a musical genius. They say your baby's a genius too. Think she'd be a musical genius just like you, or even better?
Well, that's interesting that you say that because the word genius comes from the word God, and in my eyes, my baby's a God. I don't look at I'm a genius, but my baby's going to be a God. Therefore, when you refer to my baby North, refer to her as North God, and then we're going to have South God and West God and East God, and then it'll be a bunch of gods just running around.
Yeah. Stephen A. I heard you and LeBron James are real good friends. Is that true?
Huh? Say it again.
Stephen A. I heard you and LeBron James are real good, sweet friends. Is that cool? Is that true?
I know LeBron from back in the day. Him and his boys. We were really good friends. And I can tell you one thing about LeBron. That boy can ball. He can ball off the court and on the court. Ball. And this is ridiculous. There's no else talking about when it comes to LeBron. That is my boy. He can ball on and off the court. Hands down. Period. No questions asked. Best player.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I definitely would like to see you on SNL too, because any of the women that I had on the 24, the list of 24, if any of y'all got it, I would be proud, to see that.
Oh yeah. Thank you for having me. How was those little tidbits right there?
Say it again.
I said, how'd you like those little pieces right there?
Oh yeah. I definitely liked them. I'm definitely, I definitely like the stuff that you have online too, which brings me to the next question. Out of all the people on the list, you seem to be one of the ones that have kind of the least internet presence. And I was going to ask, is it because is any particular reason, or you have some like internet videos just kind of waiting, or you just don't have really the time to do that, or what's the reason for that?
Yeah, just mainly just waiting. I like to look at all my projects. Like when I get stuff, it's hard trying to get the camera equipment or whatever. But I don't want to say when I get on set, I do bang it out or whatever. So a lot of times I become really really funny, and maybe I might not be acting back on set for that reason. Mm-hmm. Me and my friends talk about, you be outshining a lot of people, when you're on set or whatever, but, it's just, I need to basically get get my own camera and shoot my own stuff, basically, because, I just, don't really have the equipment to do that, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, I definitely understand that. Now, I've seen you've worked with, not just the women in the We Are Ready video, but I've seen you work with some of the other women from my list, like Simone, Shephard.
Yeah,
and
that's my girl.
Ah, okay. How's it like working with Simone Shephard?
Oh, she's talented, man. She is a genius.
I know.
Hands down, one of the best fighters. I know, especially comedy, and when it comes to drama, she is just like over the top. Like we actually have like stuff we're working on or whatever right now. Hopefully to get into production soon. But she's amazing though. She's a beast.
Oh yeah. And you've worked with Bresha Webb too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bresha's really funny, man. Like I went to go see her do a stand-up joint, and she does like this crackhead, her auntie crackhead or whatever. It was hands down hilarious. Bresha's really, really nice and really sweet.
Oh yeah, she just disappears into the character, like like Andy, like a black female Andy Kaufman a little bit, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
Let's see, what else I was gonna say? I lost my. Because pretty much you answered questions to stuff that I was gonna ask later. You just kind of just answered it anyway.
Really? Oh, my bad. You know, I'm always thinking forward, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good, though. That's good. Yeah. So, let me ask you now, if you were on SNL right now, could you see yourself working alongside Keenan Thompson and Jay Farrell? Even though Keenan Thompson said what he said, I mean, could you see yourself really building with him if you were in the cast?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I would love to, to just to prove to him. We'd probably end up being best buds. At the end of the day, they couldn't check. And like Jocelyn would say, they couldn't check. So
yeah.
I can work with what's the dude from North Korea? I can work with him if they couldn't check. We can work it.
Yeah.
I mean, not literally that far, but I mean, it's the business at the end of the day, you know.
Oh yeah.
As long as we come to the set respectfully, it's business.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And like I said, I would love to try to prove to him that whatever his statements is clearly false.
Yeah. Now you know what? Now I know I'm kind of play devil's advocate with it. Now I know what Keenan said. In my opinion, it is more kind of naive than I meant. I don't think he really, in my opinion, think he meant to just really be kind of just malicious or anything like that. I think he just is one of those things like if you don't know no better, you ain't gonna say. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, you just don't know no better kind of thing, you know? And
right.
and kind of what I took from it is, like the ones that they have auditioned or the ones that they have sought after just weren't ready. And not ready could also mean like, some women might not say, well, I'm in Los Angeles and, my husband works out here and, I don't want to move all the way to New York.
Right.
And, so that could,
right.
So I was kind of thinking along those lines too when he said that, But really, I think Keenan should have at least suggested someone like Jay Pharaoh did,
Yeah, like just some females.
Yeah.
I agree with you, like what you're saying. Like, he's only going off of what he saw. So if he only saw 3 black women come in and all 3 of them were either, like you said, one had that situation or one and 2 were horrible, then that's going to be his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So he's only going off of like you said, what he knows. Obviously he has to do research on looking for other black women comedians. Like what's her name? Is really big. The one from Tyler Perry, Burns.
Dang, she's on my list.
Darmirra.
Darmirra Brunson, yeah.
Yeah, her. Yeah. She has a really big following, so I'm just surprised that he didn't look and see, put that in and and kind of ask them to come into audition. But in fact, that's not too important to him. So
yeah. And plus, like you said, he just don't want nobody taking his parts, huh? But
I say he getting his check, so hey, right. He don't want nobody else to play Whoopi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Melanie Mosley, is there anything you like to, any kind of shout outs, anything you want to plug, or anything you want to, any information that you want to give right now?
Yeah, if people are interested in working with me, they can go can email me at Mosley, MOSLEY, _Melanie, MELANIE, at Yahoo. Send me all kind of scripts, and right now I'm in the process of looking for a new agent, so that's what my main process is doing right now, so I can be more seen, as you said, try to get out there more. So if you know anybody knows anybody that thinks they can work with my talent, just on Twitter at Melanie Mosley. My email is Mosley, MOSLEY _ Melanie, MELANIE, at yahoo.com.
Definitely.
So I have a quick question for you, though, Jay.
Okay.
So who do you see me as?
Who do I see you as a performer?
You said like Bresha's kind of like a.
Actually, I gotta really study you some more. But this is what I do want to say about you though. You strike me as the person that would be good in like the ensemble type shows, and I don't mean like necessarily a sketch comedy show, but like a all black not all black female, but maybe like an all black version of Friends, or a show where it's not necessarily like a 30 Rock kind of show, but they don't really have a Tina Fey main character, where it's just about the whole entire because you like the way your energy is like you work well with other people, like bouncing off other people, and that's funny, you know.
Yeah, I definitely do. Good job. Good observation. Now I'm interviewing you.
Oh yeah, anything you want to ask, I'll answer. You know.
How did you end up picking me out of that since I wasn't so much seen? How did you end up finding me on that list? I'm very flattered.
Okay, I subscribed to the mother effing Quickies, and when they put out the We're Not Ready, because I was making the list before I even saw the video, and then when I saw the video, I said, well, I guess it wouldn't be fair because I had like half the people already on my list from the video, and I said, well, let me include the other people too. Let me see what they do, and I didn't just add you just because you were a part of the list, but I like what I saw too, and I saw the talent, and I mean, you're funny. I could definitely see you on there, you know.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Oh
really
yeah,
appreciate that.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. And there's another thing I want to say about that too. Dang, I lost my I lost my train of thought with that. Yeah, I guess it'll come to me. Oh, you got another question for me? I'll definitely answer.
No, I just like to see, I like to hear the people's thoughts of me and where they found, because I was like, wow, I was really honored by that, because, I'm not really much out there, kind of as like Bresha and like Simone and some of the other ladies, So I was like, wow, that was, wow.
Yeah.
Like somebody over there paying attention.
Oh yeah, Yeah, so let me ask you this too. This might be a little off the record, and so every gig that you do, are you at that level where you'd actually do some things kind of just to kind of keep getting your name out? Like, now I'm not talking about anything you have to get on a plane to fly for, but just like little small things in here and there. Would you do them, or maybe even like audio kind of content? Would you be willing to do it?
Yeah. Like I said, like if the content is good, then yeah, I'm not at Denzel level where you got to pay a day rate for me to even read the script or something like that. No.
Yeah.
But if the content is good, I'm always willing to, because nowadays in the business, you just never know like what's gonna hit. Like you just never know. Mm-hmm. I mean, like from Precious to Fruitless, like those were like small, little, budget films until like they got buzz, and then Oprah and Tyler Perry, started putting their name into it. So yeah, I'm always, looking. If the content is good, I'm all about it. Oh
yeah, definitely, because I'm trying to do my thing as well. And
with the acting or like producing or.
I'm trying to be a jack of all trades with it. I just love like just art and entertainment. So I always like my gears are always turning, and I can't sleep because I'm always coming up with an idea or something I want to do. So and I'm always looking, So I'm always looking for people to build with or just kind of just work with in general.
Well, that's just the person right here today.
Definitely. It definitely is great to have. It was great having you. Also, I want to say in the future, if you have anything like any roles coming up and you want to share it on the podcast, you're welcome. Anything you want, any links or any kind of videos you want me to review, definitely send them. I'll definitely review them.
Okay.
I mean, just anytime you want to be a guest, you're welcome to, just let me know.
Yeah, Jay, I sure will.
Definitely.
I definitely will. Can you just, we'll talk after. Just, send me the link or whatever on the podcast. Is it airing now, or how does that work?
I'm actually have to post it up and kind of edit it up and all that stuff like that, and then I'll put it online. And then once I do that, I'll just send you the link.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. All right, now it was good having you. I'm gonna shut off the recorder, but I want to I want you to hold on line for a quick second if you can. I wanted to get some drops from you, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Definitely. All right, that was Melanie Mosley, and you've been listening to the SNL Fan Podcast.